Okay. Well, we're going to talk about this new technology now. And
The excitement and anticipation around this launch has been coming for a while and is truly incredible. And what's even more incredible are the results that you've seen in the studies and that we've started to hear from people as they've also started to try the water as well. And with this new technology that's really never been seen before, a lot of us, I know I do, have a lot of questions and want to dig in a little bit deeper. We're very eager to learn more. So I get to represent everybody here in the audience and asking you a few additional questions. Just to dig in a little bit deeper, I know we all want as much information on this product as we can. So I'd love to start off with water itself. So why is that such an ideal delivery system for this light technology and for these health benefits?
yeah, so when we make observations of what occurs in the human body over time with aging, we can see fundamentally the amount of water in the body begins to decrease. But we understand that, but do we really understand the impact of what's going on there? We can look at it from a biochemistry perspective in the sense that this will lead to a decline in energy. And so by the age of 50, people start to feel the impact. They'll gain more body weight, lose muscle mass, lose bone density. They're tired and fatigued. All of this stems from initially a reduction in water. A reason for this that I think is overlooked is the mechanism is that as the cells begin to shrink, the electrical charge around the cell begins to decline. So we think of, let's say, going from a basketball going down to a baseball. Not quite like that, but you can visualize it. So around the outside and the inside of the cell, you have electrolytes that maintain an electrical charge. And when the cells divide, and this is the part that's overlooked, when the cells divide, that electrical charge is shunted to the DNA and is used to drive. It creates an electromagnetic pulse, and it's used to drive DNA replication. So through the aging process, when the charge around the cell membrane declines, there's less energy to transfer over to the DNA, and gene expression is going to change. So if we are able to have a water to keep the body better hydrated, if that's one of the mechanisms, which this water will do, then we have a novel method for attacking the problem of aging. So that, among many things, is fundamental to human aging. So we have to start there. If we're going to stop human aging, we have to improve upon our hydration and keeping the levels of water in the body as high for as long a period of time as possible.
Thank you. That's fascinating. So I'm curious, how is this primarily different from other water filtration systems, other alkaline filters? What are some of the primary differences?
Yeah, so this is like nothing else that exists in the market. And what I was so excited about is that we got a patent very, very quickly about this. I know that you're new to LifeWave, but it took me 11 years to get the first LifeWave patent.
Wow.
And then the coil technology that I showed, that was 18 months. This technology was less than 1 year to get a patent. It happened very, very quickly because the mechanism is so novel. So I know you're probably going to ask me some questions about some of the other things here, but basically what we're doing here is we're creating new matter. We're creating a type of water that never existed before. It's highly organized and structured. So you could say it's structured water, but not in the traditional sense. We're using the water as a delivery mechanism. So the water is a carrier of light. So you drink the water, and the water goes everywhere, and the light gets released everywhere in the body. And that can be measured.
That is amazing. Yeah, thank you. So can you share a little bit about what's under the hood? Can you talk about the process that the water goes through, the different stages a little bit?
Yeah, this was really fun working with, we had two different teams of engineers, actually three. So we had an internal team of engineers and we had two separate companies that we had hired to take the initial prototype that I had built and then convert it into something, that would look nice and sit on someone's counter. So the first thing that we do is on the left side of the machine, from looking at it this way, is we have a reservoir where you would put 2 liters of water. Now you can put tap water into this. If you want to put clean water into it, you want to put any special water, spring water, deuterium depleted water, what have you, you can put any type of water into this. And then the water will pass through 2 separate stages of filtration that are over here. Now it took about 8 to 9 months for us just to develop the first water stage. We had gone to a number of companies that specialized in water filtration, but the first stage was the most important. So we wanted to be able to eliminate heavy metals, microplastics, PFOS, PFOAs, the forever chemicals.
Incredible.
This had to be the best filter that you could get. And so it took forever to find a company to work with, but we finally found it. Then inside there's a second stage. So if you remember correctly, what we're doing is we're taking oxygen and hydrogen and combining it into a new form of water. So through the process, the water is oxygenated, but there's a second filter in there, which is a carbon filter, so it further reduces any potential contaminants, although the first stage really does that. But the second stage will also put additional hydrogen into the water. So this is not a hydrogenated water product. We're putting in hydrogen because we want to combine it with the oxygen to form this new species. And then in the center of the equipment is where we have our black box, and that's the core of the technology. So in there we're going to have light processing units, and this is the proprietary system that I invented and we developed in our labs. And that is going to, it takes about 45 minutes to process a 16-ounce or 500 ml glass of water.
Incredible. Technology like nothing we've ever seen before.